Hey guys, how are you doing? It is Monday. Today is October 20th. We have 11 days left in October. Oh, look at my finger, y'all. I sharpened a knife and then I went to cut a lemon with it, and the knife slipped off of the rind of the lemon and into my finger, and I was hoping I wasn't going to pass out. I'm Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs, and I'm going to do a simple craft tonight because I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of cleaning up with water and everything. And there was something back here that I wanted to get. I can't remember what it is now. Hang on just a minute. Maybe this goes down here, up here. There we go. I just need to get a couple of things. I can't remember what I was going to do. I was going to get something, and now I don't remember what it is. All right, so since cleanup has to be easy tonight, I figured I'd go ahead and show y'all this. This is an essential stencil. Great. Where'd the other one go? Should be. Oh, here it is. Great gift for young. And then this one says, "Good morning, gorgeous." Great wedding gift for young couples or older couples, whoever's getting married. So this is the Hello Handsome, and turn it around this way, I think. And Good Morning Gorgeous. I am only going to do the Hello Handsome today, and then I will probably we're going to do Hello Handsome tonight, and we will probably do the other one, I'm thinking tomorrow, so we'll see. It just depends on how my finger's doing. I needed to do something relatively simple. Oh, I don't want to put that on there yet. I'm kind of all over the place after cutting my finger. I didn't think it was ever going to stop bleeding, but anyway, here we are. So I'm going to take, and I want to put a base coat on this. This is a 10 by 20 inch canvas, and in the color cotton. And I'm going to take and I'm going to dip my brush in some water so that it gets wet. And then we're going to come here, and I am going to just get some paint on here, and we are going to go over this. Let's get all these little speckles off of here. But we're going to just go over this, give it a base coat. You know, these canvases are already gessoed and have a coat on them and everything, but I still like to go back over the canvas. And let's go ahead. We want to get this edge here so that it has a little bit more of a finished look. Now, these two whites are almost identical, y'all. I can barely tell where one stops and the other begins, and that's not usually the case with white because there's so many different colors of white. And here we go. So, and the other, and the thing is that if you get enough water on your canvas or your brush, everything's going to glide across it pretty smoothly. And so I just want to get a nice thin coat, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the sides as well, y'all, but I'm going to get the top first. I probably should have taken my jacket off and put an apron on, but here we are. So we're going to see what's going to happen. I don't have very many clothes that don't have paint on them. So just a reminder, in case nobody told you this today, Jesus loves you, and he loves you. So that is the message for today. All right, let me get a little bit more water on here. You don't want too much water on this. Whoops, I forgot to turn the notifications off. It's never fun when I do that. Hey, Janet, how are you? All right, going along the sides here so that we get everything has a base coat on this. I'm making a wedding gift. If you're, oh my gosh, look what I did. See, I should have put my apron on. Fortunately, this chalk mineral paint comes out pretty easily, but I just see all these sprinkles I got all over myself. That's okay. I should have put my apron on. Too late now. But it's not too late to, let me get this on here, y'all. It's not too late to get more paint on me because I am pretty good at that. Get my what's his name? Pigpen apron on that says, well, let me get it unfolded here. It says, the world needs messy people, and that would be me. So I am your girl. If you need someone who's messy, it's me. Everybody in my house is like, I have a hard time picking things up off the floor. Hey, Sheila. I have a hard time picking things up off the floor, and I'm constantly dropping stuff. So my nephew is living with me while my husband is taking care of his mom. And he's so funny. He is like, oh my gosh, did you drop something again? Anyway, it's kind of a daily thing. Now, if I can bend over and pick it up, I do. And as I get better, I will do more of it. But currently, all right, let's see what we got. I end up having to have a lot of people pick things up for me. All right, get this side here. And we're going to get this side here. And then we're going to dry this. All right, let's see how we did. We're going to dry this, and then we're going to do a, we're going to dry it, and then we're going to stencil it. One of the things I love about having my craft page and all the different stencils and everything that I have is that whenever there's a wedding, it's very easy for me to just pull my materials out and make a gift for people. So this is going to actually be a wedding gift. We're going to do part 1 tonight, and then we'll do part 2 tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. I had planned on coming on earlier today, but I cut my fingers, so I had to wait for it to get to a point where it wasn't bleeding so badly, because that wouldn't have been too cool. Come online and have my hand bleeding. I just sharpened a knife and I just sharpened a knife and I was cutting a lemon. And hey, Karen. And the knife slipped off the lemon and into my finger. So that wasn't fun. I put a little bit of turmeric on it to help it stop bleeding. And I put some lavender essential oil on it because it acts like an antibiotic to keep it from getting infected. Alright, this is looking pretty good, y'all. My son, who was in town not too long ago, and my nephew and I, we went to an Indian restaurant. Oh my gosh, y'all. I got some butter chicken. It was amazing. Next time I didn't know how much heat I wanted, so they asked me, and they told me that I could have like from a level of 1 to 5. So I went for the 1. Next time I'll probably get about a 3. I was expecting it to be hot by itself, but it wasn't. Oh, it was amazing. I'm ready to go back. All right, I'm just going to dry that up. Has anybody ever had butter chicken before? Oh, it was so good, y'all. So good. All right, let's see what we got here. I want to make sure this is straight because this is going to be a gift. All right, let me get some tape. I'm going to tape it down first, and then we'll check to make sure that it's kind of even. All right, here we go. I'm going to tape that down. And then I'm going to grab a tape measure. Let's see what we got. We got like 1 and looks like a 16th. Needs to come up just a smidgen. Let me just check this. Let's see what we got. That's a big difference. Actually need a softer tape measure. I don't normally measure things. I usually just eyeball it. Probably can eyeball this better than I can measure it. Let's see what we got. Okay, about 1 and about 1. That looks pretty good, so I'm going to tape that down. I think I'm going to tape that down right there. All right, let me check it on this side over here. All right, that's about 1 and about 1. This is, looks like it needs 2. That's 1. All right, I gotta bring this up just a little bit. Let's try it again. All right, that's 1. That's 1. It's a little less than 1, but it's still good as long as it's straight. All right, we're good. We are good. We are good. We are golden. All right, so this is where, this is not going to take long at all, y'all. We are going to take one of these dome brushes, and I'm going to get one that's already had some black used in it. I love these brushes. All right, let me see. Do I want to use that or hold on. I might use one of these small brushes here. I think I might use one of these, y'all. Let's see what we got. All right, I'm going to put another piece of tape on here. Now, the tape you can use for several things. You can use the tape to keep it in place. And, hey, Cindy, I'm making a wedding gift. You can use the tape to hold your stencil in place, or you can use the tape to block sections off. Like if I didn't want to do the hello there, and all I wanted to do was handsome, then, you know, I feel like I need to check this over here, y'all. Then I could block it off with tape, and then that way you don't forget. You don't come back later and say, all right, this looks like 1 3/4. Oh, and 1 1/2. That's not good. That's not good at all, y'all. This is 1 and... Let's see, that's a 1/2. So that's 8, 9, 10. I don't think it's straight. No, it's not. Well, all right, hang on, y'all. What have I got I need to do? I'm going to just eyeball it because I'm not doing very well measuring it. All right, hang on a minute. I'm going to lift this up. Going to lift this up, and we're going to lift this one up. And I need to bring this down. I'm just better off just gonna wing it because I'm not doing very good measuring it. All right, that looks good. That looks good, and that looks good. All right, this is what we're going with. All right, so let me put my my brush in my water because we're done with that. And I just did a 1 base coat of the Dixie Belle in the color Cotton. Make sure I don't. And I found that these lids, sometimes they don't like to screw into place, but you can kind of snap them into place pretty easily. All right, I got my apron on, and we are going to use, I'm going to grab a couple of paper towels because I haven't cut any cardboard. And we're going to use the color black. I'm going to go just with a black and white theme. I want to make sure this looks like it's straight, and it looks like it is. I'm going to go with just a neutral black and white theme so that depending upon what the bride and groom have as far as decor is, it'll go with anything. And I always think these would be cute, like either, you know, like a good morning in the kitchen or over their bed. But they get to decide wherever they want to put it. All right, so I'm going to remember that the deal is we're going to load and then we're going to offload. And you want to make sure that you don't have too much paint on your brush because you don't want it to bleed. All right, here we go, y'all. I'm not sure if this is going to be the right brush or not. It's like barely getting in there. All right, I don't like this brush. Let's try this one. Okay, we're going to come in here. I like these dome brushes. We're going to push this up in here, and then we're going to offload so that we don't have too much paint on here. All right, that's better. Much better. And I like to swirl. Some people like to pounce. Some people like to use makeup sponges. I prefer these dome brushes that Essential Stencil sells have turned out to be my favorite brushes. All right, so I'm kind of running out of paint there, so I'm going to come back in. I'm going to dip into the paint, and then I'm going to offload. If I don't offload, then what happens is I end up having bleeding underneath the stencil. Okay, I'm going to get some more paint. I almost could use a book underneath this canvas to get it to, and I should have thought about that before. I don't think I have anything thick enough, the right size. I'm looking. I don't really see anything. But this is kind of pressing down a little bit. And if you put a book underneath it, it gives you, you know, that stable surface. I need something. Let me try this right here. I got something right here. Let's see if this is going to work. That's better. It gives you some resistance. Otherwise, what happens is it acts like a trampoline, and your stencil pops up, and you get gaps under there, and then you have more of a chance of bleeding to take place. So I just found a book that would give me a little bit of resistance instead of it keep pushing down. All right, here we go. And y'all know, those of you who are familiar, who watch me on a regular basis, you know I like to take my cardboard boxes and cut them up and use my cardboard boxes for a paint palette or, you know, offloading. And this doesn't take very much paint at all. I mean, I put maybe, I don't even know if there's a teaspoon on there. But you can see, this is just going to go really nicely. All right, then I'm going to move this so that the book is underneath it. What happened without the book being there is it kept pressing down and the stencil was lifting up, and I was concerned that I was going to get bleeding. I wasn't going to get a nice sharp image. And I go clockwise and then I go counterclockwise. And that way I hit everything from both directions. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more paint, a little bit more offload. Come back, push this book down. It really makes a huge difference when you have a soft canvas like this. It makes a huge difference to have that book underneath there. We should get a much crisper. Oh, this is going a lot quicker than I thought. I just, you know, where I cut my finger, I've got to, after I finish this project, I have to go and clean everything up. And I did not want to have to spend a lot of time because I only have one hand that I'm going to be able to get in the water. And so I thought, well, I'll just do one of these tonight and I'll do the other tomorrow night. And, or tomorrow, I'm thinking I'm coming on tomorrow afternoon. A lot of it's going to depend on, I have someone that I want to get together with and I'm waiting to hear back from them. So I'm just waiting to see if I'm going to get together with them tomorrow or Wednesday. I haven't heard back yet. So one way or the other, depending upon how the day goes tomorrow, I'll either be in the afternoon or in the evening. All right, and this is pretty simple. All right, let's come up here and do the hello. And these bristles are a lot of little fine bristles, so they get in these small, tight places pretty easily. And you can see I'm going clockwise, and then I'm going counterclockwise. And then sometimes I'm doing like a figure 8. All right, and we're going to come over here. Hey, Mary, how are you? Good to see you. I am making a wedding gift. This is part 1 of a wedding gift that I am making for some friends. Actually, I have 2 weddings coming up, and they're on the same day. And I was thinking that I would make one for each couple, so we'll see how it goes. I won't do both of them online because y'all don't need to see me do this twice. All right, let's see what we got. Looking good, just checking over everything, making sure I've got some nice solid black lines. Let me get one more load on here. Just any places that look like they can use a little bit of extra black on them. All right, let's get a little bit more. And like I said, I only used maybe a half of a teaspoon of paint, just an acrylic paint. I'm going to go over this just a little bit. Make sure that we've got a nice dark coat on here. Swirl in one way and then swirl in the other. Okay, I think we're good, y'all. I think we are good. I'm just going to go over this hello again. And I'm going to hold the stencil up backwards so y'all can see what it's supposed to look like. All right, let me check this. All right, it's looking good. All right, I'm not going to put my thing in the water yet, but I'm going to lift this up. Oh, yeah. All right, this is what it's supposed to look like. Let me get this behind it. Okay, this is what it looks like. You're going to see it backwards when I put it on the, when I show it to you. Oh my gosh, y'all, this turned out amazing. Look at that. Okay, I know it's backwards. That's why I showed it to y'all. Look at that. Can you see the crisp lines on that? This turned out awesome. Let's see if I turn it this way. You can actually see it, see the line, all of it at the same time. And, all right, so this is what it looks like for real, because my camera's backwards, so I'm going to show this to you backwards so that you can see. Hello, Handsome. This is an Essential Stencil. I have a discount code that'll give you 10% off. Oh my gosh, y'all, this looks awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And how easy is that? And then I will do Good Morning Gorgeous tomorrow. So this is part 1, and then tomorrow I'll do part 2. And this is going to be my wedding gift. Oh, I love this. You know, I made one of these before, and I used one of the different brushes. I love how these brushes worked on this. You can take a screenshot of this and then show it. Hey, Amanda, show it in your, take your screenshot and then put it in the mirror, and then you'll be able to see what it looks like. All right, that's it. Hello there, Handsome. So that's what I have for y'all tonight. I got to get this cleaned up, and then tomorrow I'm hoping to be on about 2 or 3 o'clock, but a lot of it's going to depend upon if when I have a meeting with the person I'm supposed to meet with tomorrow. So I hope y'all have a great night. Thanks for joining me. I'm Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs. If you're not following my page, if you'll hit the follow button, and if you're wondering why I got this big old thing on my finger, for those of you that just came on, it's because I cut myself. Cut my finger pretty good, so and I didn't need blood shooting all over the screen, so it took a while for it to stop bleeding. Now, did you know turmeric? If you put turmeric on something that's bleeding, it'll stop the bleeding. So there's a free tip for y'all. Y'all have a great night. I love you. Jesus loves you more, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay? All right. Thanks for joining me. Bye.